Okay, so this whole concept of waifuism and the people who subscribe to it have been really fascinating to me for a long time now, and there are some things about it that I think need to be said. Well, no, they don't. They don't need to be said at all, but I'm gonna say them anyway. So let's begin. Part 1. What is a waifu? So the meaning of this term, as I used to understand it, as it was used back in my day, before 4chan sucked, a joke I know, is that my waifu was basically like a joke. It was a facetious, tongue-in-cheek way of being like, oh, I like this character, or she's really cute, or something like that. You would post, I don't know, a picture of some bitch from like Lucky Star being retarded, and just put as a comment, my waifu. A picture of Yin during that funny little scene where she like pushes up the corners of her mouth to smile. My waifu. A gif of Yoko with tits flopping around everywhere. My waifu. Kaiji, crying bitch tears of bitter defeat after, spoilers, he loses old man Peanut Nose and gets his fingers chopped off. My waifu. And that's all it was. It was like the word gar. When you said that someone was gar, that usually didn't mean you were literally gay for them. It just meant you thought he was a fucking badass. It was basically the same thing as that. Or better yet, it was like saying, she's so kawaii. Like just a dumb, goofy way of expressing your attachment to a character. By the way, kind of a tangent, but the word is kawaii, not kawaii. It's kawaii, kawaii na, kawaii desho, not fucking, kawaii desu. Like, kawaii sounds like kawaii, which means scary. When you say someone's kawaii, that's like saying you're ugly, which is the exact opposite of what you mean. Like, this actually happened to a friend of mine who was studying abroad in Japan a couple of years ago. Him and a few other people were in a restaurant or a maid cafe or something, and when the waitress came up to his table, he was like, kawaii desu. And she was just like, like getting all offended. And I'm sure that she was like joking around or playing along or whatever. She knew that he was just a dumb foreigner who didn't know how to speak the language, but still, I mean, you know, that is shame for display, please. You don't want to do that. Like, imagine you were working in a diner. Say you were a waiter working in a diner somewhere late at night, and then this group of like young, good-looking, like college-age Asian girls comes in and sits down at a table, and you go up to them and you're like, well, hello, ladies, good evening. May I take your order, please? And then one of them just goes, you are very ugly. You just be like, Anyway, what the fuck were we talking about? Oh yeah, my waifu. See, but now there's this stuff that's like, it's about real happiness that you can't get with 3D. For some, there's a greater sense of pride in remaining loyal to their waifu. I exist to love Saber? Wait, what? What the fuck is this? Get this off my computer. A discourse on and defense of the waifu movement. There's a waifu movement? Anti-waifu movement? Waifu as a lifestyle? What? Part 2. What? So somewhere along the line, the meaning of the word changed. That's fine, memes change, that's not what I'm here to talk about, whatever. What's interesting though is the thing that the word has come to represent now, which is an obsessive commitment to a fictional character. This concept is all at once just hilarious, confusing, and totally fascinating to me. I mean, now, before I get into this, I should probably elucidate that it's not the feeling of attraction itself that I don't get. It's normal, it's totally normal to relate to and emotionally engage yourself with fictional characters to a degree, because on some level we do see them as people. If we didn't, fiction wouldn't even exist. I mean, it would just be a bunch of arbitrary crap that means nothing to us, because on some level, from some angle, we do see characters as people. In fact, I'll even go farther and say that I understand infatuation with a character. Like, I like Rise from Persona 4 way too much. Just too much. Like I just look at her and I just want to hold her head in my hands. Like, well, not her decapitated head, but just her, you know, her living head still attached to the rest of her body and everything, and just cradle it to my chest the way one might hold a championship bowling ball or a newborn baby, and just smell her thick, beautiful hair. Just that, you know, that amazing shampoo-y smell like girls' heads have. You know what I'm talking about? Like, just let that fill my nostrils and just be like, yes, this is the ultimate. Now, this is getting really weird and creepy, but you get what I'm saying. My point is, I've been there. I get it. Now, what I don't get is why it has to be so serious with all these rules and stuff. Like, why does it have to be more than just a fantasy to some people? Like, It's like a fucking religion now. I mean, seriously, in internet terms, it's exactly like a religion because you have the three distinct camps that always pop up. You have the zealous fanatics who take it way too seriously and will defend it and all the stupid little rules and everything down to the last scraggly little hair of their fucking neckbeard. B, the people who are militantly against it and feel the need to leap in the middle of every discussion and go, this is dumb, you're dumb, I'm smart, stop thinking things I don't think. And then you have C, the people who just pretend to be people from A or B to stir up shit for a laugh. I mean, seriously, when you look at it that way, it is just like a religion. And I sincerely hope that most of A or B are actually C, oppose law and everything. But, I mean, I'll be honest, I think a lot of them aren't. There are people out there who really think like this. And that is really, really funny to me. Part 3. Who are these people? So as of January 2012, there are over 5.3 million people subscribed to Ray William Johnson. He has the most subscribed channel on all of YouTube. That means that there are over 5 million people out there who find this grating idiot funny enough to subscribe to. This brings a few specific words to my mind. Words like fuck and piss and suicide. But also other more constructive words like why and who. Where? Like, who are these people who think he's funny? I mean, we know they exist. They have to exist out there somewhere. But who are they? Where are they? And it's the same thing to some degree with the waifu people. Like, I can't help but wonder, what kind of people are they? Are they like lonely teenagers who are gonna grow out of it someday? Are they like 30-year-old neckbeards? Do they have friends? Like, is there some void of loneliness in their lives that they're trying to fill with this? What do they look like? Are they fat and ugly and like conform to the nerd stereotype, or are they outwardly normal and just have this like weird quirk about them? I really want to know. I want to see these people. I want to meet them and talk to them. They fucking fascinate me. I wish so badly that I could just do a study of 4chan. Anyway, to get to my real point. Part 4. Why you do. So, I could go on A right now and make a troll thread saying, ITT, list all your waifus. Mine are Nami from One Piece, Sakura from Naruto, and, I don't know, some pony or something. Now, aside from the fact that would be a horribly transparent troll, it would, in theory, create a huge shitstorm, not because of my horrible taste, but because people treat having more than one waifu as some kind of blasphemy. Like, it goes against the rules of the church. And, see, this leads into the real question I have. Why? Why do that to yourself? Why rigidly commit yourself to one character and impose these arbitrary restrictions on yourself? Or like, for example, in this discourse on and a defense of the waifu movement thing, which is fucking comedy gold, by the way. It says at one point, the viewing of pornography when one has a waifu is not wrong. Now that seems to imply that at some point, someone must have thought that it was. Like, why? Why would you ever feel that way? I mean, it's a fantasy. It can be whatever you want. You don't have to feel guilty for anybody. Like, that's what's so great about it. It's the magic of imagination. This whole concept is so baffling to me that I can't even put it into words. I mean, really, a fantasy can be anything. That is the power of the human mind. Don't weigh it down with all this stupid bullshit. See, I think that these people, I see them as living in, they're trapped in their own minds. They live life with a paper bag over their heads. This is why we have all this other stupid ass shit like hiding your power level where you're supposed to like completely conceal your interest in anime because people will hate you or think you're a nerd or whatever. Like, guess what, dude? Nobody cares. Nobody cares that you like anime. Like, the only other people who will seriously judge you for that? Just other geeks, that's it. They're the only ones who care. They're the only ones who will give a shit about it. And even then, even people who do hate anime for whatever reason, As long as you seem like an okay person otherwise, they will not turn themselves away from you and refuse to be your friend just because of something like that. I mean, not everybody who's friends with each other has the exact same likes and dislikes. It's fucking absurd. There's also this whole concept of like normal faggotry and things like that, where supposedly like being socially inept makes you superior somehow. I mean, yeah, being plain and boring is bad. I understand that, but like stuff like going to parties, dating girls, having a Facebook, whatever, this stuff does not devalue you as a person, but there seems to be this sentiment among this particular group of people that it does somehow. But then on the flip side of that, you also have this utter contempt for other nerds as well. People will go, you know, those people are retards, or those people have shit taste, or cons are for fags, or anime club is for fags, or whatever. So, you know, they don't want to be friends with them either. Therefore, they're absolved of all responsibility for not being friends with anyone at all. But then they're also bitter and miserable about how lonely they are. I mean, you know, well, guess what, man? Nobody's perfect. You're no exception to that. You're not so superior to these people that they aren't worthy of your companionship, and I think that on some level you must know it. Or there's also the whole 3D pig disgusting thing, which, I mean, you know, that is still mostly a joke. But there's still this undercurrent of misogyny among this circle of people. You know, where people will be like, any girl who has had sex with X amount of guys is a slut. Like, usually some number like 1 or 2. Or some guys will say, I won't date a girl unless she's had sex with no guys before, unless she's a virgin. That's stupid. I mean, you're like, oh, this girl's a slut. She's not worthy of the almighty me. She's not worthy of my perfect body, my peerless sexual technique that I honed through years of masturbating to hentai. Again, it's a thing where they hold other people to this unrealistic standard that they don't hold themselves to. Oh, and I mean, did it ever occur to you that maybe having some prior sexual experience is a positive in a girl? I mean, like, then she'll actually know what she's doing and be better able to please you. I mean, chastity is kind of overrated. Chastity is not that big of a deal. I don't know, just a thought. You know what all this stuff is? It's fucking walls. It's walls that you put up to protect yourself from getting hurt by other people. That's all it is. You go, I don't want to be social and go to parties anyway. That's what normal fags do. I don't want those people to be my friends anyway. They're nerds. I don't want a girlfriend anyway. Girls are all sluts. My 2D waifu is all that I need. See, that's not a lifestyle choice. That's fucking denial. That is crazy denial. It is walls. Walls, 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 walls. Walls everywhere. Walls like the motherfucking fist of the North Star. And though these walls may protect you, they imprison you as well. And only you hold the key. Free your mind, man. You gotta cut these shackles that bind you. Release your full potential. You'll be a much happier, more well-adjusted person as a result. I guarantee it. Part 5. Fuck! So what the fuck was I talking about? I don't know. This video is fucking dumb. This was fucking stupid. I have no idea what drove me to make this. I really don't. Oh well, whatever. Had fun recording it. God, this thing's gonna be fucking long when it's finished. I apologize for that. Anyway, I guess in conclusion, if you have a waifu, do whatever makes you happy. Whatever helps you sleep at night, man. I don't care. But please, whatever you do, just don't shield yourself from real people. But yeah, I guess that wraps it up. See you later, Space Cowboy. Bang.